I'm going to take you on a tour through Barcelona's Gothic Quarter, one of my favourite parts of this amazing city. So let's get into it. For the watch fans, I'm in the Cartier tank today, and I've just been into Corte Inglés, which is up here, which is a large department store in Spain, and tested out the new Roger Isola Verde fragrance, which kind of I was into, but actually I prefer Oceana. I think that's next on the list from Roger. And now just a nice gentle stroll through this beautiful city. So let's get into it. I'm going to show you the other way around of the camera so you can see what I'm seeing, some of my favorite spots, and we'll have some fun. So, busy day here, and you can see some of the beautiful buildings, tons of street entertainment here. Never a dull moment. And what we're doing here is walking towards the cathedral, and this is quite a commercial part of town, high street vibes, that kind of stuff, but really nice as well. And then what you'll see soon are the twisted, narrow streets of the Gothic Quarter in Barcelona. I'm going to show you some nice tapas bars, some nice restaurants, some nice spots in general. I love the buildings, the architecture here. Barcelona in general is great for this, but you can see kind of like what I'm getting at here with some of these sorts of streets, that you can almost reach out and shake somebody's hand from the opposite building. And ahead of me down here you've got one of the most prominent terrace bars. Lots of people come here for an aperitivo, cocktail, that kind of thing. And in a second I'm going to go onto the square where the cathedral is, which really is beautiful. And what you have to be careful of here in Barcelona with this volume of people are some of the pickpockets and scams that are going on. So keep your hands in your pocket, or like me, get yourself a little bag and keep it in front of you so you can keep your eyes on your possessions at all times. And it's a lovely day here in Barcelona. If anything, a touch humid, but I'm very much into the linens, long sleeves, so protect the skin a touch. I think one of the drawbacks, if you want to call it a drawback, I suppose it is, of living in Spain, is as good as the heat is, every strength is a weakness, as they say, right? So you got to be careful of not burning, especially when you got little people, my children, and you're getting into the 30s and even sometimes the 40s, crazy temperatures. Doing a bit of work here, spoiling a little bit the beauty of this part of the city. And here we have the beautiful cathedral building. This is not Sagrada Familia, by the way. This is the cathedral in the Gothic Quarter. And when you get close, you'll see how beautiful this is. And this market, I didn't actually realize it was going to be here, is like vintage collectibles. So you can buy beautiful trinkets and stuff like that from, let's have a look and see what they've got. This type of stuff. Rings. You can buy, I actually saw some vintage DuPont lighters, cigar lighters. You've got cameras here. antiquities, that sort of stuff. Really nice. There's a good tobacco here for you guys that like a cigar. It's just behind that building there. They have a decent supply of cigars. And there is the beautiful cathedral. Give you a better view of this. I mean, what a beautiful building that is. And outside here, they often do lots of street art. We came down with my children and watched sort of acrobatic, gymnastic, magic show type thing. And let's go up this way. Let's go past the cathedral here. Let's see what's going on up here. See, even though I live here, I don't sort of hang out here that often because it is busy all the time, but it's definitely worth a meander around when you do come down here. You can see how close these streets are together and how old this is. The lanterns, the blockwork. Really is a historic city. And what you've got is the Gothic Quarter. Look at this beautiful entrance to the cathedral here. People are looking at me funny. They're like, who are you talking to? YouTube, is it not obvious? And these streets go on and on. And the Gothic Quarter then folds into an area called El Born and Sant Pere, both of which are really nice. Gothic Quarter is really touristy, of course, and so are the other areas, but slightly less so. So if you want a bit more of a off the beaten track vibe, go to Sant Pere and El Born. And by the way, if you're Spanish listening to this and you can help me with my language and pronunciation, please do. Muchas gracias. And look at the cabling here. Like, I'm pretty sure in England that would be signed off as a hazard, but actually maybe we've got it wrong. It's just the way it is. And there are some incredible places to eat and drink around here. There's also lots of leather shops. I don't know if this is one. No, that's more of a tourist one. But there's a leather district here where you can get things like belts made up, bags made up, jewellery, bracelets, that kind of thing. Siesta, Mediterranean lifestyle there. So you get a lot of boutique-y, independent shops around here. It's not just chain stores. In fact, there's not many chain stores. And then you get these beautiful little plazas, like this one, where you can sit and have a cocktail or some tapas, whatever you want. And actually, what I often find is this area, because of the shade, it's actually quite a lot cooler when you come to Barcelona. If you visit Barcelona in the summer months, it's very warm, very hot. And actually coming around this area, some more cabling, lovely street there, really does cool you down a bit. The other thing that there are lots of around here are art galleries and boutique-y restaurants like this one. Nice boutique-y hotels like the Mercer Hotel. Lovely courtyard in there. Boutique store here, swing, limited Chanel stuff by the looks of it, if you're into that. But this is not actually a sort of super high-end shopping district at all. If you go to Passeig de Gracia, you will find a lot more higher-end stores than this. This is more about history, and you see a lot of graffiti, and it's all part of the look and feel of Barcelona. In fact, Spain in general does permit graffiti quite significantly. You visit most Spanish cities, you will see lots of art on the walls, and I like that. I like that a lot. Gives a real character to the place. These are the sorts of boutiques you're getting, like just random like that, and they open out and they're beautiful stores. Go back a long way, some of them. And very historic as well. And then you stumble on little plazas with more tapas and more interesting things going on. Really fun. There you go. Not sure what's down there. I'm gonna go, I think, this way if it's not a dead end. Nope. I'll keep going down here. And because I live out of the city, along the beach, when I come in here, I find new places for myself as well. So some of the stuff I've shown you, I'm seeing it for the first time, believe it or not, myself, even though I've lived here for knocking on a couple of years. And at the end here of the Gothic Quarter, we get into a part of town called El Born, which links to the port, where you've got Barceloneta beach, which is straight down here, and El Born is this way. So we might get down there in this video, or might leave this video and do a separate one taking you in El Born. And look, you're going to get your tourist shops and that kind of stuff, of course you are, major tourist destination, but on the whole it really is a very, very beautiful place to visit. Really, when we started looking into places to stay and live in Spain, it didn't take us long to make a decision that we were going to do Barcelona, because it's got that combination of history, of tourism, of beauty. It's got a fantastic all year round temporal climate as well, and it's on the beach, which is really important to us. I love Madrid. I really love Madrid. You've got to visit Madrid if you haven't. But it's very cold in the winter, it's very hot in the summer, and there's no water. If you're not as bothered about the water, the beach, then maybe Madrid is not the one. Is the one for you? Sorry, Barcelona not. Madrid has much more of a big plaza, socialising, everybody staying out and coming out, and it's very late to the party in Madrid. Like, you can literally go out to eat at midnight. Does happen a lot in Madrid, that. And you get a lot of this here as well, these sort of corner shop tapas. We'll walk this way. Incredible food scene as well in Barcelona. It's the home of the triple Michelin star Disfruta, which has been voted the world's best restaurant on more than one occasion. It has had multiple other world's best restaurants. Videos, and I'm just filming, mate. I'm just filming. No. That's what you've got to be careful of. People stopping you asking for attention. That was possible scam there. So you've got Barcelona Beach down here, which is really, really nice. Nice buildings along here. And then down here is El Born, which is a kind of an extension of the Gothic Quarter, but is really a touch nicer perhaps. We'll do that in another video. So yeah, hope that was enjoyable, guys. And make sure you hit subscribe if you like this content. If you're a Barcelona fan, if you're a Spain fan, if you like lifestyle and travel content and other stuff like that. I'll see you in the next video. Actually, let's get a final view of this beautiful building here as well, which is really nice. Don't want to finish the video on roadworks. Let's finish it on this lovely, lovely building here on Plaza de Correas. There we go. Love that. Have a great one. And thanks for watching.